Well, the last time we was here at Martinsville Speedway in the NNSCRA Hunt Brothers Pizza Truck Series, we were in daytime hours. Well, for the first time in NNSCRA history, well, actually maybe other than maybe when Seth did a race under the lights at Martinsville, actually one time in the Duracell Cup Series, we're gonna go truck racing under the lights at Martinsville for the first time in the NNSCRA. As stop number 22 brings us here for the running for 75 laps of action on this 0.526 mile paperclip shaped racetrack. As we're closing in on this road to on this battle for the championship this season. On the pole for this race here today, it's Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet truck number 3. He's alongside Daniel Bouchard in number 60, the Cat Rental Stores Chevrolet, excuse me. One runner right here. And speaking of Fords, row number 2 is actually nothing but Fords. Actually, positions 3, 4, and 5 are Fords, actually. It's number 21, Cole Deaver, and number 99, Levi McIntyre, sitting alongside. Then row number 3 has another Ford, Jessica Shelton, in number 4. She's been on a hot streak as of late in the series. She's alongside number 43, Mike Becker, in the Cummins Diesel Dodge. Going to the next row has number 25. It's number 75. It's number 75, Zachary Fitzwater. And number 24, Nathan Orman, sitting alongside. Next row down has number 50. It's Kat Batson in the Granger Ford. She's alongside Rob Evans. And number 30, the Team Mopar Dodge. There, row number 6 sees numbers 98, Joshua Osborne, the Ray Bestis Ford. And number 1, Henry Williams in the Sears Die Hard Chevrolet. Next row down has number 44. It is Matt McIntyre in the Federated Auto Parts Ford, truck number 44, and Kyle Matthews in 52, the AC Delco Chevrolet. Next row down has number 17. It is Robbie Bogues, and alongside him number 7 Exide Batteries Ford of Logan Williams, sitting alongside. Next row down has number 25 Seth Cole in the Sitco Superguard Dodge. He's alongside another Dodge, Stephen Colon, in the number 18 Dana Gear Dodge. Next row down has number 38 Dexter Black in the Channelot Ford. He'll be alongside number 5 Phil Parker in the DuPont Chevrolet. Next row down has number 29 Johnny Gardner in the Team Mopar Dodge, the second Mopar machine. He's alongside number 2 Dylan Young in the second ASC certified Ford. And unlike Johnny and Rob, though, Dylan's ASC Ford is not the same team as Jessica Shelton's. Next row down has number 87 Cassie Dent and number 16 Charles Sanford. Next row down has number 49 Josh King. He'll be alongside number 80, that is Jesse Turner in the LCI Ford. Next row down has Gene Sanford, number 94, the Super 8 Motels Ford. She'll be flanked by number 62. It is Roberto Crown Jr. in the 62 Napa Auto Parts Dodge. Next row down has number 8. Next row down has number 8, Delco Remy Chevrolet of Matt Haas, and number 88. It is Zach Winkle in the Menards Chevrolet. He'll be alongside. Next row down has number 28 Keith Batson, coming from way out back. Batson pulled off that spectacular win at Talladega, the last race on the tour. He's alongside number 86. It is Ty Dent in the RC Cola Dodge. Next row down, Sebastian Denton, number 19, and number 06, Mitchell Collins. Next row down has number 48, Paul Minnick, and 81, Scott Upton. And the last row has Nathan Hudson, and number 6, the Total Chevrolet. He'll be alongside James Sykes in 83, the Coffee Critic Chevrolet. And Sykes was the winner of the season at Daytona, the season opener at Daytona. So 75 laps of racing here is the order of the day at Martinsville Speedway. First time we'll be going truck racing under the lights in the NNSCRA. And as we're down to the final, as we're down to four races to go after this race here, we'll be going to North Wilkesboro, then Phoenix, Five Flag Speedway, and Homestead Miami Speedway. So 3 of the last 5 races this season will be on a short track. 1 will be on a 1 miler, and then the last season finale will be on a mile. A mile and a half. That being said, let's get the command of firing the engines here at Martinsville.
Drivers, start those engines!
The command has been given to fire the engines as we are set for Racing here today as the pace truck leads the field for the pace lap. We'll be back for the start of the race right after this. There you see the pace truck about to make that turn on the pit road here, as the pair of Chevrolets will lead them down to the green flag. And for the first time ever in the NNSCRA, let's go truck racing under the lights at Martinsville Speedway. Green flag in the air. Whoa, Daniel Bouchard got off the wall, come off turn number 2. I mean, slammed the wall trying to take the lead from Cole Bieber on the outside of the racetrack as they come off the fourth turn. Quentin Moore goes to second position. Jessica Shelton trying for third spot now in number 4. As she moves to the low side, there's the number 75, Zachary Fitzwater, now trying to follow through. And Bouchard again got off the wall, as did Nathan Ormond in number 24. In-truck cameras today will be carried by Jessica Shelton, Levi McIntyre, and Dylan Young. Those three will be carrying our in-truck cameras in today's race. As they go to the turn number 1 for the third time here today, as they come up here, you see Kat Batson number 50 and number 98 Joshua Osborne going as same as the 43. The 43 truck of Mike Becker. Becker trying to squeeze his way between Fitzwater and Batson, but that's not going to be possible as they come off the second turn now. And several trucks again getting off the wall a little bit off the second turn. I'm going to go ahead and say this after test races, turn 2 is going to be a bit of a trouble spot here, and you're going to see a lot of trucks bounce off the wall at that corner here at Martinsville Speedway, and sometimes it will cause a bit of a catastrophe happening. After 4 laps, so far so good as far as no wrecks, but they keep bouncing off the wall like that, come off the second turn, and there probably liably will be one. Nathan Ormond, you saw, got off the wall in nip, and just as I say all that, the yellow flag is flown for the first time here today at Martinsville. Just as I say all that. Oh. And it looks like this is a 06 truck of Mitchell Collins that has spun in the Ultra Wheels Ford, as they well, we have a bit of more of a shakeup than that, actually. And I'm guessing this is going to involve Phil Parker in the 5 truck here as they come out the 4th turn here. Got off the wall a bit right there. Gets right into Dylan Young's machine. Sends him around right in front of Charles Sanford in the 16 truck. Let's see, Roberto Crown Jr., he's sideways there, and several other trucks. Thankfully, it wasn't as big a wreck as it probably could have been. You see James Sykes there up on the back tailgate of that number 06 Ford truck. So, with that said, here we'll be under caution for the first time. Here we'll take you to the restart. There you had a look at Mitchell Collins' truck there. Mitchell, of course, had to be held on pit road here for a little bit to be now put on the tail end of the lead lap here at this race after making an unscheduled stop. And with that said, here we are about to restart here on lap number 10 of this race here. It's Cole Bieber, the leader of the race. Second position is Quentin Moore. Third, Jessica Shelton. Fourth position is Daniel Bouchard. Fifth position is Zachary Fitzwater. Sixth is Levi McIntyre. Seventh right now is Mike Becker. Eighth is Kat Batson. Ninth is Joshua Osborne. And 10th is Matt McIntyre. And what, as they feel it comes off corner number 4. Green flag back out. The 06 of Mitchell Collins, again, not on the lead lap. And several trucks being a little bit gaggled there coming off this second turn here. And both Bouchard and Shelton both got off the wall off turn number 2. Coming on the front stretch here, Shelton now breaks away from this nightmare trucks right there, and Daniel Bouchard, as he has all day so far, is slamming off the wall off that second turn. That passenger side of the truck's gonna look like the 60 truck's gonna look like a pancake before this whole thing's over. Mike Becker now gets past the whole bunch right there. Becker up to the 4th position right now. In number 43 Cummins Diesel Dodge. Cat Batson up the 5th spot now in the 50 truck here, and here's a 3 wide battle right there. You don't do that at Martinsville. Luckily, nobody wrecked though. But Bouchard, or I should say, Collins got off the wall a little bit off that 4th corner now. So Daniel Bouchard goes to 6th position. 7th is now Matt McIntyre. Fitzwater's in 8th. Rob Evans in 9th, and Levi McIntyre's dropped to 10th. 11th position right now belonging to Henry Williams. Seth Cole is in 12th. 13th is Joshua Osborne. Logan Williams running 14th. 15th right now is Dexter Black in the 38 truck. 16th, battle for 16th is Cassie Dent in the 87 and Kyle Matthews in 52. And again, the 06 gets off the wall a little bit here. Gene Sanford runs in 18th position. Josh King's 19th, and 20th is Nathan Ormond. And Johnny Gardner gets off the wall, coming off turn number 2 himself in that number 29 truck. So I guess a lot of these trucks are going to want to knock themselves senseless coming off this after this race is over. But there's the front 3 right now. Cole Deaver, he's led from the pole position so far in this race here. So we're now completing the 17th lap of this race, so we're down to 58 to go. Quentin Moore's in 2nd position. Quentin in the number 21 Eagle Jet racing with Jesus Ford, running in 2nd position. Jessica Shelton right now in 3rd spot, going for the season sweep at Martinsville. She won the last time he was here in the Hunt Brothers Pizza Truck Series. And Shelton, as we mentioned, has been on a hot streak. She has won 2 of the last 3 races so far. She won at Richmond and South Boston. She's also won at Rockingham. She also won at Sonoma, and she also let's see. Yeah, she's won 3 times. So she's won 4 times, I believe, this season so far. I may be missing one, but I'm not sure on that one just yet. But anyway. But she has won 5 times so far this season, and she's looking for number 6 this season in the Hunt Brothers Pizza Truck Series, and that's why she is the points leader coming into this race too. And she escaped Talladega without much problem. So Mike Becker having another good run here today in number 43 Cummins Diesel Dodge, running in 4th position right now, as he is looking to get himself a solid run here today, as we're now completed the 22nd lap of this race. Cat Batson's in 5th spot. 6th right now is Bouchard, as we mentioned. So the top 10 has not changed much so far. We gave it a top 20 already here. There's Ormond in 20th. 21st is Robbie Bogues. 22nd is Dylan Young. 23rd is Matt Haas. 24th is Keith Batson. We usually would see him up there on the short track, though, usually. Paul Minnick is 25th. 26th is Johnny Gardner. 27th is Sebastian Dent. Charles Sanford, who came in this race 2nd in points, is 28th right now. He did not qualify all that well in this race today, but he so far is giving it, but keeping out of trouble so far though. But unfortunately for him, Shelton is up there in the top 5 in 3rd spot, so he stands to lose a little bit of points, to not only her, but also Cole Deaver, who I think came in this race 3rd in the points. So Deaver and Shelton looks to improve their shot for the championship this season as well too. Of course, well, for Shelton, as I mentioned, she's the leader in the points. Deaver is the one running 3rd in the points right now, and it improves his shot for the title. Anyway, Jesse Turner's in 29th. 30th is Nathan Hudson. 31st is Scott Upton. 32nd is Phil Parker. 33rd is James Sykes. 34th right now is Ty Dent. 35th is Zach Winkle. Stephen Cologne having another horrid run, unfortunately, in that 18 truck there. I swear, if it wasn't for bad luck, he wouldn't have any at all in any series he's in. But Cologne's running in 36th position. 37th right now is Roberto Crown Jr. And unfortunately for Mitchell Collins, he is tailing along back there in 38th. And you saw Cole Deaver in the same shot as he is. So Mitchell Collins in danger of being put a second lap down, as he is the only truck not on the lead lap. He's in 38th position, but Deaver right now closing up on him. And you get lap traffic at Martinsville happening sometimes. You'll see some battling going on for position. There's Deaver. He's not going to want that to happen. He's going to move inside and put the 06 a lap down. Moore now falls in behind the 3 truck as well too. Quentin is keeping it close though in the number 21 truck, as he's running second place right now. And there you see the top 2 battles right there through the front window of Jessica Shelton's truck as she's right on board with her. She's in 3rd position right now. Off turn number 2 she comes here, trying to close up on the front 2 trucks in the field. Lap speeds here a little over 90 miles per hour here at Martinsville. That's differing vastly to the 190 plus we had at Talladega, the last race on the tour. Shelton, in fact, holds the second fastest lap of the race so far at 91.337 miles per hour. Cole Deaver has the fastest lap at 91.399 miles per hour. As we come off turn number 2, or turn number 4, excuse me, Shelton continuing to get another lap. That's 31 in the books. And you saw as she tries to close up on the front 2 trucks, and there's the 43 truck of Mike Becker running right now in 4th spot, as he's also trying to get into this battle as well too. Battle for 6th place going on right here between the 60 of Daniel Bouchard and the 44 of Matt McIntyre. And well, Collins' truck is almost stalled out there, and that. Oh my gosh, here we go. Several trucks getting all over the track right there, trying to get around. Oh, and Gene Sampers up in the curbing, up in the grass. We're going to look at that again happening right here. I mean that almost caused another caution flag to happen here. And there's where Mitchell Collins, his truck actually had problems on the backstretch here, trying to make his way on the pit road. Dexter Black and Cassie Dent had to do some abrasive driving here. Evasive driving, I should say. Boy, Mitchell Collins, I tell you, his day went from bad to worse after all that too, and he is unfortunately out of the race. Unfortunately for him, at least, and so. And it was an engine failure on that 06 machine, so of course no wonder he had to strain his truck though. He had to strain his damaged truck after his problems there early on in the race though. But unfortunately for Collins, that's going to put him out of the race. And the number 06 Ultra Wheels Ford, tough break for that team. Here, tough break for that team right there as we come off the second turn now. And there is Deaver still leading the race here. Top 3 hasn't changed much here. Actually, the top 10 hasn't changed all that much. Trying to find a battle on the track right here. There's, well, thanks to that gaggle up that happened there, some of that bunch has closed up a little bit here. See Henry Williams in the 1 truck trying to close up on 10th place, Levi McIntyre. Seth Cole behind him in the 12th spot against Osborne 13th, and Logan Williams running 14th right now. And Kyle Matthews has now gotten around a lot of the trucks. He's now at the 15th position thanks to all that gaggle up that happened. But it does move him up a few spots in the field though, however. And as you see, number 24, Nathan Ormond, 16th position right now is where he's running. Josh King is in 17th. 18th is Robbie Bogues. Dexter Black's 19th, and 20th is Dylan Young in the number 2 machine. There's a look from inside Dylan Young's machine, the number 2 AFC Ford. Off the first turn he comes here, or the second turn I should say. Bogues now goes up the track in the 17 machine as we continue to watch from Dylan Young's machine. All the while he's trying to figure out a way around the number 38 truck himself at Dexter Black as they go into turn number 3 now. And now, meantime, Matt Haas now goes to the left side of the number 8 machine as he tries to get past for a spot, but that's not going to happen for the time being. Past halfway home, though, that completed lap number 42. We're down to 30. We're down to 33 to go. Check back on the front 3 trucks right here. Cole Deaver has pulled ahead a little bit now of Quentin Moore, but you see lap traffic ahead though. I think they might catch up to him though before we get to the end of the race. One caution flag in this race so far has slowed the average down to 78.647 miles per hour in this race here, but the average should climb back up if we go green the rest of the way, obviously. Battle for second developing here between Quentin Moore and Jessica Shelton. Quentin in the 21, Shelton in the 4. So they got a Chevrolet leading the race and being chased by 2 Fords and a Dodge. Then you got another Ford behind in 5th position with Kat Batson, the number 50 truck. And we remember to talk about Keith Batson winning at Talladega. The driver that finished second in the race is that driver right there, Kat Batson in the 50 truck, Keith's wife. And she in fact just barely nipped the number. Actually nipped the 3rd place truck for that spot too in that race. But made it a great day for the Batson family from the state of Maine as they go into turn number 1 now. Whoa, and somebody stalled on the track, and she crashes right into the 8 truck of Matt Haas, and that's caused several trucks to crash into him. Oh, we got a pileup right there a little bit. We had a pileup right there on the backstretch, and that may have just caused another caution flag to fly. Well, that just caught me off guard a little bit right there. And indeed, it did cause another caution flag to fly, so Cole Deaver, I swear, I'm sure did not want to see that yellow flag to fly. But let's take a look again as to what happened. I mean, that was really strange. I mean, the 8 truck of Matt Haas just stopped on the track. I think something obviously gone awry with that number 8 machine too. Much like we saw Mitchell Collins do about a few laps earlier. And apparently, yeah, something gave up on the number 8 machine, and he stops. Johnny Gardner's gonna come up behind him. Now watch everybody else here. There's Winkle and Roberto Crown Jr. They both, and Cat Batson's just gonna crash into him. Same with Bouchard. Here comes everybody else. Seth Cullen getting rear-ended by Joshua Osborne in the 98 truck here, but that was a strange set of circumstances right there. I mean, we'll see how some of our in-truck cameras made it through that whole deal here. I think Jessica Shelton, was the only one that had to maneuver her way around it. Let's ride with Jess and see how she went through it. And from Levi McIntyre's view, see how he made it through. So both he and Matt McIntyre both had to climb up the curbing a bit. So pace truck is comes off on the pit road here. It's as the 62 of Roberto Crown Jr. is now the one on the inside. He is obviously not on the lead lap. Kat Batson, of course, who was running up in the top 5, she's now gone a lap down as well too. Unfortunately, 50 truck, a tough break in the 50 truck, a tough break for Kat Batson. She had a darn good run going on, but unfortunately, that little dust up that happened, and Mike Becker slammed the wall coming off turn number 2. So Roberto now trying to get himself back on the lead lap here in the number 62 machine. And he's running 33rd right now. Kat Batson down to 34th as Quentin Moore moved up the track here. Several trucks, by the way, out of the race because of that whole deal. And Quentin Moore got off the wall turn number 2, and that's going to move Shelton to the low side of Quentin for second place. And he's... Let's see what happens through turn number 4 here. Quentin on the outside, Shelton on the low side. Quentin has the spot for the time being, but when they get into turn number 1, it's going to be Jessica Shelton taking second place. And Quentin just driving that truck as hard as he can here, but unfortunately that's not going to happen here, or it's going to not pay off at all, I should say. But anyway, I was going to say, truck's out of the race because of that whole deal that happened on the backstretch. Keith Batson with a header failure. Joshua Osborne and Matt Haas out of the race because of, Osborne because of the crash right into the back of Matt Haas's truck, and Haas's truck, unfortunately, has some sort of mechanical problem, and of course, unfortunately, retired out of the race as well too. So that being said, here that completes lap number 57. We're down to 18 to go here at Martinsville Speedway. As Cole Deaver, who's led all the way so far, as he has led the most laps. Obviously, he's probably already got that wrapped up back on the 38th lap of this race. So 38 is halfway of this home at Martinsville Speedway. Meantime, Shelton and Moore, they're still battling it out for position right there. So anyway, we're sitting in the top 10 for you after all this happened here. It's Deaver the leader. Shelton is now second. Quentin Moore trying to take back second position right now. He's in third spot. Mike Becker's in fourth. Fifth is Daniel Bouchard. Zachary Fitzwater runs sixth position. Seventh is Rob Evans. Eighth is Levi McIntyre. Ninth position is Henry Williams. And 10th is Logan Williams. That's how they run right now. As Levi now tries to get inside now of Zachary Fitzwater. That's going to be for seventh position. Chevy on the outside, Ford on the low side as they go into turn number 1. And Levi's going to move his truck to the inside. Fitzwater Chevy, and he slams that turn 2 wall, annihilates it, I might add. And now Logan moves up to the high side now, and that's going to leave the door open maybe for Seth Cole in the number 25 machine to try to move inside. The 17 of Robbie Bogues on pit road now, and the 17 Western Auto Chevrolet. And Kyle Matthews also got off the wall of turn number 2. There he is in the 52 machine. Josh King's about ready to pass him in the Aaron Stream machine, number 49. Woohoo. Close corners racing, that's what short track racing is all about here in this kind of type of racing. Close corners racing, wall banging and everything else. So, even bumper-to-bumper action is what we're seeing right now between Josh King and Dexter Black. That's 15th and 16th on your screen right there. Josh King having a pretty good run in that number 49 machine. And now Seth Cole under fire from Nathan Ormond in the 24 truck. Seth running in 11th, Nathan in 12th. Off the 4th turn they come here. Nathan trying to find a way around there, but instead he misses the first corner now. Trying to get around Seth, but a little back end wrinkle on that number 25 Sitco Dodge as they come off the 4th turn now. Seth moves up to the high side now as Orman goes low, trying to get a pass made in turn number 1, and he now moves Seth up the track, and that's going to be for, as mentioned, that's for 11th position. Oh, and Seth just creams that wall at the second turn. So that moves Orman up to 11th. Meantime, Levi McIntyre took the 7th position away from Zachary Fitzwater, and now you got another X-Side truck behind him, and that is Logan Williams in the number 7 machine. There he is. Not the same team that Levi drives for, by the way, too. I should mention that as well, as now Levi now moves underneath Rob Evans in the 30 truck. That's for 6th place. Rob Evans giving that truck a pretty good ride here tonight at Martinsville Speedway, as now Mike Becker now tries to close up on Kat Batson. Again, Kat, who was up in this with this bunch here earlier on as a top 5 truck though, but now she, unfortunately, because of that whole deal that happened on the backstretch, she is now a lap down. She is running in 33rd position as the battle for second rages on between Quentin Moore and Jessica Shelton. Quentin to the low side. Here he comes to the low side. Shelton moved up high inside. Turn number 4. Jess has that spot by about a half a truck length going into turn number 1. It's gonna be Quentin Moore taking second place as we're about to complete this. As we're now working in lap number 70. We'll be down to 5 to go in this race. And what's going on there through the 3rd and 4th? Oh, Johnny Gardner was up in the middle of the track there, and he spun. So Johnny Gardner, who was running 31st, though, hit, and he also suffered a problem. Several trucks having mechanical problems here today at Martinsville Speedway, and he came to a dead stop right there. And watch Deaver in that 3 truck. Oof! And he disappears just in time for the rest of the leaders before the rest of the leaders actually comes up to him. And it appears it's an ignition failure that nailed the number 29 team, and we will not air. So unfortunately, we will not get this race restarted. So we're down to 2 laps to go right now, and it's going to be a first win victory of the season for Cole Deaver, barring if anything happens on the last couple laps of this race. And there you see the rest of the finishers here. And you see the rest of the finishers down there. Pretty much how it's going to be for this race, I should say. I think Gardner is going to hold on to that 33rd spot because Robbie Bogues is 8 laps down in 34th. Here, Cat Batson will finish 32nd, and 31st will be Roberto Crown Jr. Those are all the trucks that either finish out of the race or not on the lead lap. And what's going on here? Anyway, so the yellow and white flags will both wave here at Martinsville Speedway. Cole Deaver should get the win here today. Second place will go to Jessica Shelton, so a great points day for both those drivers here. Doing what they need to do to try to hold on to their shot to the championship this season. Quentin Moore, who gives Shelton a shot in the back end right there in turn number 1. Congratulating her on a great battle they were having for second place. He finishes 3rd today here. Mike Becker with a solid day, finishing 4th. 5th will go to Dana Bouchard. 6th place will go to Rob Evans. Levi McIntyre will finish 7th. 8th will go to Zachary Fitzwater. 9th to Logan Williams. And Henry Williams in that Steers Die Hard truck, he will finish in 10th position here today. But checker flag waves over the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Cole Deaver wins at Martinsville Speedway, his first victory of the season, as the GM Goodwrench crew celebrates. And Deaver, I'm sure, happy inside that truck as well, too, as he takes the Dale Earnhardt paint scheme to victory lane here today, even though that truck was actually driven by Mike Skinner, but still. But So, and what in the world's happened here? I swear, if anything happens where it happens in my. It's always in my series. It happens too, doesn't it? I swore all those trucks finished on the lead lap in this race. Okay, so I said there was very few trucks that finished a lap down in this race here. Well, so mysteriously now we have now got 8 finishers on the lead lap in this race. Mysteriously, here at Martinsville. Anyway, well, the top 10 is exactly how I had it. But anyway, Nathan Orman will finish in 11th position. Seth Cole will finish 12th. 13th will go to Levi McIntyre. Kyle Matthews 14th. Dexter Black 15th. Then Josh King 16th. 17th will go to Dylan Young. Cassie Dent was 18th. 19th will be Paul Minnick. 20th will be Gene Sanford. Then Phil Parker 21st. Charles Sanford will finish 22nd. Not the finish I'm sure he wanted to try to keep his shot at the title alive. Anyway, James Sykes was 23rd. 24th will go to Jesse Turner. 25th will go to Sebastian Nand, Stephen Cologne. Nathan Hudson, Zach Winkle, Scott Upton, Ty Dent was the top 30. Then Roberto Crown Jr., Kat Batson, Johnny Gardner with the ignition failure finishes 33rd. Then Robbie Bogues, Keith Batson, Joshua Osborne, Matt Haas, and Mitchell Collins. Those are the drivers that finished this race here. That was the finishers in today's race here at Martinsville. But a big dominated victory for Cole Deaver, averaging 71.274 miles per hour. as he takes the GM Goodwrench number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevy truck to victory lane here today, and so that's pretty much the last night race on the tour, I should say, here at Martinsville this season. As we will go to North Wilkesboro next on the tour as a battle for the championship winds down this season here. We'll go to North Wilkesboro next, and as we mentioned, Phoenix is after that. Then after that will be Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola, Florida, and then on to Homestead Miami Speedway for the season finale. So that said here, this is Red Racer 1985, and this has been a production of the NNSCRA celebrating 10 years of offline racing at its best. We'll see you at North Wilkesboro.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?